Hi everyone, myself Bhagyashree, and today we will see about the system design about the Netflix, how the Netflix system is designed, and what is the constraint, what is the drawback, what is the database, like all the stuff we can see, and we will discuss here. So as I already mentioned in my previous video, when we are designing any system, we have two types of requirement: functional and non-functional. On that, we are considering many component as a functional and many aspect as a non-functional requirement. And after that, we have some standard requirement where we are major focusing on the security and all. So coming to the Netflix system design, there is a all the stuff I can say majorly focuses on the video. So I have to be like we have to be keep in mind a question like where should this video to be stored. Like requirement we have like I can say store a large amount of data in thousands of TB, because this whole app is basically dedicated for the videos only. So for that lots of storage requirement over there, and have extremely fast lookup because data is also very large, and after that we need consistently without buffering or without request or without wait time we have to be consumed from the user side, I can say, consumer side. So for the large amount of data purpose, we have to be store data, and for that we are using the distributed file storage. And in this we have a like Apache Hadoop HDFS, and second we have a cluster FS which is using the YouTube also. So and after this video we also have a thumbnail in the Netflix system design, because every video is containing the thumbnail. So I can say there will be lot more thumbnails that video, because on assumption I can say one video can have up to a 5 thumbnails. Because of that thumbnail we are like clicking or click rate is increasing. So we need to have a very efficient storage system that can serve a huge traffic. Consideration I can say one of the like thumbnail are small files roughly around 5 KB, and read traffic for thumbnail for much larger compared to videos. So user will be watching a one video at a time, but they will be looking at page that has a 20 thumbnails of their video. And for the storage purpose, database purpose, I can say one option I can say we have a storing all the thumbnails on a disk. Like considering a huge scale, it will be a lookup for the different location on that disk to read these files, and this will lead to a very high latency for overall lookup. So use cases I can say I need to combine multiple files into one block. When user watch a video in parallel, then 20 thumbnails from recommendation system should be generated at a one query rather than having a 20 different query. Second, I can say very efficient in reading a small amount of data. So that is for the option 1. Second, I can say the option 2, we have ANS in this database like Bigtable or Google. And video upload purpose, since like video is very large, if while uploading this video connection drops, so user should be able to resume from the same point. That is package acknowledgement, like we are missing or hidden type of logical we are using. Like if you are aware about the network protocol, so some request is hitting or some request is missing, so we have another database which we are using for the backup, where the user request or user drop out. So from that, if the next time he coming, that will be continued. Then next we have a video encoding. So newly uploaded video are stored on the server, so and it is added to the processing queue. So processing queue encodes the video into multiple formats. Once all the formats are available, the upload service will be notified, and then video is made available with the all resolution option. So this video encoding is also a major component for reducing the size, I can say. Okay, then next I have a CDN, content delivery network. It is like I can say hot thumbnail. We have to be viral. So thumbnail of this viral video, popular video, which is coming from frequently CDN. So compression coming on this upload content or video image compression through, and algorithm for that we have like a run length encoding RLE. Basis on that this will be compressed in the CDN, I can say. Sharding, as a sharding, you know, like we are dividing or distributing our database in the different request or property wise, I can say. One of the like metadata sharding in this, since we have a huge number of video every day, our load is extremely high. So we need to distribute our data onto multiple machine server so that we can perform read or write operation efficiently. So that we need a metadata sharding. In the sharding also we have like sharding based on the user ID. As I mentioned, like we have a API, so we are maintaining or bifurcating by the user ID, likes, comment, upload, download, like each and every activity. If there is a lots of request or lots of traffic over there, so we are maintaining a certain types of database for each and every request because they are generating very high amount of data. So one is like hash user ID DBP server example, just I'm giving it. And while querying we have to like hash 1234 DBP1, have a lookup in DBP1. And disadvantage for this, I can say, if a user become popular, there would be too many calls on a one server, so which again need to be partitioned. Like again, it's taking a lots of data to storing for that particular user ID because it's too many requests or too many followers or watch time or request, I can say, coming for that particular user ID, celebrity type, I can say. Second, we have a some user do store a lot of video as compared to others, so non-uniform distribution. And solution for that, what we can do, repartition and consistent hashing. And like we have a sharding based on the video ID, so our function will help or will map each video to a random server where we will store video metadata. So like hash video ID, we have a DBP server, or while querying we have a DBP1, have a lookup in the DBP1. So these are the like sharding based on the video ID. And coming to the like issue, I can say scenario when we have a issue. So find video of user is query all server, then we are getting. And second, return a set of video response because we are not getting correctly identified. So as a centralized service will aggregate and rank these results before returning to the user. So problem solved with the help of popular user, I can say. The new problem is coming like popular video. Too many calls to be handled for the one server. So to improve the further performance, we put hot video in a cache in front of the DB. Because from the DB to come into a request response, it will be taking us some millisecond compared to high as per the CDN or like cache data. Example like YouTube, we have a YouTube ID and creation time. Then next I have a data deduplication. With a huge number of users uploading a massive amount of video data, our service will have to be deal with it duplicate videos. So duplicate video, I can say, differ in aspect ratio 9:16 or 6:9. And duplicate video differ in aspect of ratio 9:60 and 6:9, I can say, encoding 40 or 480 or 720 pixels, and overlay or additional big border, except in short form a large file in YouTube. And then when we have a duplicate data, what is the issue we can face? Data storage, keeping multiple copies of the same file in wasting storage space. Second, caching, like duplicate video will lead to degrade caching because if inefficiency by taking up to space in the DB. And third, we have a network uses, because you are ultimately doing the same data uploading, it will be taking more storage. Again, you are not giving any new things, so it is like you are uploading with some network uses, so also bandwidth also get wasted. So more network bandwidth would be required to have lookup for the duplicate video. And for the end user, the problem for the duplicate should be like duplicate search result, longer video startup time, interrupted streaming. And there is a like we can deduplicate when a user is uploading the video inline and after post processing of video post processing, so we can deduplication. So which one is a better, I can say inline processing. IMP point on this, I can say when a user start uploading a video, a service can run algorithm for find duplicacy. So the algorithm, I can say, in the machine learning we have a block matching algorithm, phase correlation algorithm. And coming to the caching part, there is a 2-3 question when we have a selecting a cache topic, I can say which cache we are using for this storing data, size of the cache what we are maintaining, which cache eviction policy we are using, handle cache invalidation, like cache mix cases, I can say. So as per the name suggest, caches like we need a very high scale file storage system across the globe. So our service should be able to push its content closest to the user distributed globally. So hence we will use the CDN. So in terms of cache, LRU can be a good cache eviction policy for our system. And if you are from the like computer background, or you are studying in the college, there is a one subject and you SOA on that, all this like LRU, FEU, like recently used or least frequently used pages is one of the very good topic which we can study in the deep. And like discard the list recently viewed first. In this mechanism what we are doing, example for that, this policy will be obtained from this like applied, or you can say Redis, memcache and hazard. This is a type of the cache, and Redis is a like free cluster and are used in the YouTube. The application of the server before hitting to the DB storage, like we are asking some request, and this request we don't have to get the response from the DB side. We are maintaining one layer between the user to end DB side or DB server, CDN, or I can say cache. This cache will be storing our data, and when the request is coming, the data response coming from this cache, not going to the DB server. Size of the cache matter like following the 80-20 rule. Size of cache like around 5 PB, and server we have a 256 GB. So 5 GB divided by 256 GB server is enough. And after that we have to know like which cache eviction policy to use. So LRU can be good solution. Discard the list recently video or views post first. So to further increase efficiency, we can replicate the caching server to distributed load between them. And next question we have like how can each cache replica be updated. In case of cache misses, request will be go to the database. I can say every time we are not 100% sure our data is getting or get successfully request response from the cache, we have some missing policy also there. Then certain request is not getting data from the cache system, we have another database or another server which we are taking the request or storing that request on that server and taking that request, and for that request we need a response, we need an answer. So we taking that request and getting back to the solution or answer response from the original databases and returning to our user. So each replica can update its cache by adding the new entry, and if a replica already has that entry, ignore it. So how do we have an intelligent cache? 80-20 rule applied here. 80% of traffic due to the 20% of data. So this cache is the 20% data to have a 80% request look up in the cache rather than the DB. Load balancer is the name suggests, it is balancing the load, and the uses or like I can say application of the load balancer, we have to be know where we have to use this load balancer. So where we have to place the load balancer, I can say. So between clients and application server we are placing a load balancer. Between application server and database server we can store, or we can like place application server and cache server. So all these two I can say data, or I can say component where we are storing or where we are placing our load balancer to balance the request load or traffic load from this. So which policy to use for this load balancing, I can say we have a policy like using a round robin. In this what we can do, equally distributed across the server, like we have 100 requests, so we are distributing the 50-50 ratio. If one server is not responding, then LB will be moved to the next server. Second algorithm or second policy, I can say we have a problem with the round robin. So load amount is not taken care of for a server. So what we can do, better solution for this like predictive analysis for the load balancing or smart load balancer. LB solution can be periodically queried to know the health and load of the DB server. I can say one of the example like Nginx or NetApp is example of that. Content delivery network on this is a set of distributed server and that deliver the web content to the user based on their geographical location. So popular thumbnail can be pushed to the CDN for the quick one lookup. CDN find the nearest server to the response purpose, and CDN make very heavy uses of caching. This CDN and caching, I can say, dependent on each other and can serve content out of memory. and less popular video does not need to be in CDN. So all this factor what we discussed is a major important parameter or important component while we are designing any system or similar type of Netflix system. I can say it is the very video based. I can say video is a very large amount of file, a large amount of data containing. So for the dedicated high server, high volume of type of application, what is the requirement, what is the case study, I can say, what the factor affecting or have to be taken care of that developer or architect. Got some insightful information. Thank you.